so that she told me to pack some socks, and she told me the school, which her son's schools, they wear black socks. So I packaged black socks and I carried some toys. So we went with her car to the school. We parked the car. She gave me the keys. I parked the car in a proper place. Then I made my display. On my first day of taking out my stock, I made 7,000 shillings, and that is how I got to know this business would take me places.
Running a business in Kenya is not an easy task, and of course it's each and every Kenyan dream to own and run a business. There are so many challenges to run a business here in Kenya. In the streets of the busiest city of Nairobi, we found Valentine. She is a business owner and a sole proprietor. Let's get to hear her story.
My name is Valentine Mutia. I am the proprietor of Prestine Baby and Kids Fashion, which is a one-stop shopping place for newborn babies and kids. I've been in this business for the last 6 years. This is my 7th year. I started selling second-hand clothes in the year 2018, and along the way I introduced new clothes for babies. Currently, I'm doing new clothes for babies up to 5 years. I'm continuing increasing the size up to a bigger age. Previously, I did second-hand clothes from newborn clothes up to 14 years old, purely second-hand. But along with the way, due to demand, I introduced the new clothes. Yeah, before I came into business, I was previously employed by Family Bank. At Family Bank, I worked for 10 years. I left Family Bank as a credit manager. The reason as to why I left employment is because my employer, Family Bank, gave us an opportunity for the people who had worked for some time to leave employment through a voluntary early retirement scheme. So I left in the year 2016. Since then, I've been in business. When I left employment in the year 2016, I left the employment towards the end of the year, so I relaxed up to the end of the year. At the beginning of 2017, I had an idea of selling building materials. I did the business of selling building materials, that is selling the quarry materials for some time, but towards the end of the year 2017, I had encountered some challenges in the business of selling building materials. So I wanted a different kind of business, which I would do with some passion. So all of the year 2017, I sold building materials, but at the end of the year, I really felt that I wanted to do something else. And at the beginning of 2018, I approached a friend of mine whom we went to high school with and whom we live in the same estate with. So I went and talked to her about business, and at that moment I was really feeling low because I felt what I had been doing during the previous year is not like what I wanted to do. So she came up with this idea of she told me we go and visit her friend whom they live in the same court with. So we went and met her friend. When we met her friend, when we entered the house, while we were taking tea, this friend of us came with a gunny bag, a gunia filled with school bags. So this lady told us she does not talk to women whom they do not discuss business with. So she told us, as we were taking tea in our house, she told us we'd be selecting school bags for our children because it was in January and children were going to school. So we started selecting school bags for our children. We were 4 of us. The owner of the house, my friend, myself, and another friend of ours. The 3 of them were neighbors. So the following day, we made an appointment to go and be shown where these second-hand stuff, where they come from. So we made an appointment. The following day came. The 4 of us got into one car. This lady who was selling to us the school bags showed us different go downs, and I got interested. On the first day, I did not buy anything. I took some notes, took prices of items which were being sold in those go downs, and I came and made my decision to start with selling toys. I also got interested in selling second-hand socks. So the following day, I'd made some savings from the building business material. So the following day, I went with 20,000. I bought my first bale of toys. My first bale of toys, I bought it at 7,500, and I also came back with a second-hand bale of socks. So that was now the second day after I met this lady. I was so excited. I slept putting the socks together and assembling the toys and trying to classify the toys. The only challenge I had is trying to know how to price these toys. But this lady, the following day, the one who showed us where to get the stuff, came to my house, showed me how to price the items, gave me ideas, and I priced my items. This was now the second day. The third day, this friend of mine whom we went to high school with came to check on me at my place to find out how I was doing. Then she told me that she was going for a school meeting. She told me to pack some socks, and she told me the school, which her son's schools, they wear black socks. So I packaged black socks and I carried some toys. So we went with her car to the school. We parked the car. She gave me the keys. I parked the car in a proper place. Then I made my display. On my first day of taking out my stock, I made 7,000 shillings, and that is how I got to know this business would take me places. That was my first bale. So now on the 4th day, I had made enough sales for me to go back and get a second bale of toys. So this time round, I made my way to the go down. I bought a bale of toys. I came and assembled my toys, assembled my stuff, and labeled them. I bought a masking tape because I was not consistent with the labeling, and I was new to this. So I would make small price tags at the back of the toys. So this was the 4th day that I went for the toys. Then on the 5th day, I went out and tried to sell to the people whom I knew. On the 6th day, I got a car and went and started standing at the entrance of 360 apartments at Syokimau. So I would park the car there, put the toys on top of the vehicle, and put the socks on the bonnet. And I really made returns. So by the end of the second week, I'd gotten requests for jackets because it was a bit cold. I made my way to the same go downs, bought jackets. So by the end of the first month, I'd bought stock such that it would not even fit in the car. So at the end of the first month, I had now started looking for a shop. So this lady who had showed me where to get the second-hand clothes from, the one who took us for a tour, I'm not going to mention her name, came back to me after 1 month to check on me. She found out on how I was doing, because occasionally we would talk on phone. I would make some consultations with her. So she came to visit me. When she came and told me that she had her shop which she had been operating, and she had a challenge with employees. Since she was employed, she wanted to do away with the shop. And at that moment, I did not waste time. I will not forget this day. It was on the 2nd of February 2018, on a Friday. We came to the shop and we agreed on everything. She sold to me the stock that was in the shop. She sold to me the furniture in the shop. We agreed on a figure of 120,000. And I told her at that moment I did not have 120,000. I was a bit hesitant. So she told me she did not want the money immediately. And we agreed that I first stay here for the first month. Then at the end of the first month, at the end of February, we would agree on how much I would pay at the end of every month. So at the beginning of March, I had started making proper sales. This lady was kind enough to give me a sales book so that I would see how much she was making, because she really wanted me to buy her stock. So it was a form of encouraging me to be able to take up the stock that she had given me. So at the end of the first month, she even gave me the stock that she had kept in the house, because I wanted it. I wanted stock. This time I wanted to stock the shop and fill up the shelves. When she gave me the shop, she was selling school bags, second-hand school bags, toys, and kids' open shoes. But when I came here, during the first week, I started getting requests for newborn clothes. And I started making from this business skills that I had gotten in the bank for relating with customers. I started keeping customer contacts one by one. If a customer requested for something, there are those who requested for blankets. I started making a list for blankets. There are those who made requests for newborn baby clothes. So I started keeping a list. And at the end of less than 2 weeks, I had a list of more than 30 customers who had made requests. So I took some money, went and bought a bale for baby light clothes, which that time the bale was going for 21,000. I raised 21,000, went and bought the bale. I also raised around 12,000, bought a bale of blankets. And I came and made and called the customers whom had picked their contacts. And it was good. I flowed with the business and I continued getting requests, and I would stock according to customer requests. And since then, I have never turned back. I continued selling newborn clothes and continued increasing by age until to a point I got to up to 12 to 14 years. I would sell newborn clothes second hand, and then along the way I started getting requests for new clothes. I would sell the second hand clothes, then a customer would ask me whether I have a package for new clothes which they can a delivery package which they can take kids, the babies out of hospital with. And for some time I tried to ignore, but then the requests kept on coming. So at the beginning of 2021, I introduced newborn baby clothes, and I have been selling them since. Yes, and then post-COVID, when kids went back to school, they started going back to school and closing for 2 weeks. Again, I realized that the stock for the kids, the school going age, would take some time to move. So again, I started reducing the age of the kids, the sizes. So currently I'm trying to concentrate with newborn baby clothes up to around 5, 6, 7 years because of the way the children have been staying at home and the trends. Currently parents are having challenges in trying to balance due to the hard economic times, trying to balance on buying clothes for these bigger children against paying school fees for them. So after 1.5 years of operation, I came and made an expansion. I took an extra 2 rooms to accommodate the growth of the business. So this is to encourage somebody who wants to start small, because from the word go I started by delivering to my customers, then eventually I got a smaller space, then I expanded to the extra. Now I have like 3 rooms which are 3 in 1. So I have learned some lessons over the last 6 years, this being the 7th year. Challenges that I've experienced in this business are working capital. When you do not have enough working capital, customers will be requesting for items and you don't have them, you're unable to provide them. So you have to go an extra mile to strain and try and work with whatever you have. So it is good if you can be able to get working capital by working with the banks. It is good for a business if you can get extra capital, or dispose of some items if you have to bring to your business, because at times even paying the loans in these hard economic times, it is not easy. The other challenge is for this business is change in fashion trends. At times you have stock, you think you have the right items, but customers do not want what you have. Then the other thing, the other challenge is weather. When it is hot, business for clothes for kids is a bit slow. When it is cold, when it's rainy, the business is good. The other challenge is high cost of products. Currently, we've been experiencing a hike in cost of stock. It has gone up within a very short time. So the profit margins have also reduced. You bring stock and customers are used to the old prices. So it becomes a bit difficult telling a customer to add some amount, 50 shillings, 100 shillings for a specific items which they are used to buying at a particular price. The other challenge I've seen is that during these hard economic times, there are so many people outside here. You find you are paying rent, you're paying a rent of 10, 15, 20,000, and there's another group of people who buy the same items at the same price that you are selling, and they will sell them from outside. Those are the hawkers. Everyone should at least get something to earn a living, but they really pose a challenge to those people who are paying rent, because they buy their wares at the same price we are buying and come and sell at a very low price, which makes it a bit of a challenge. Yeah. The products that I sell, I do sell from newborn items, from bodysuits, newborn bodysuits. I sell bodysuits like these ones. I do sell baby rompers from newborn size up to 5 years. I have rompers, warm ones, cotton ones, and the heavy rompers. I do also have a range of baby jumpers, pull necks, trousers, light ones and heavy ones. I have stockings. I have second-hand stockings. I have new stockings. I also have shorts, t-shirts, shirts, jackets. For the newborn range, I have blankets, warm blankets, shawls. I have dresses, receiving sets, like this one. These are cotton receiving sets. I have rompers, I have new bodysuits like these ones. I do sell baby capes, knitted ones and cotton ones. I do sell baby receiving flannels, baby warmers, socks, bibs, that is feeders. I do have vests, nappies, liners, baby jeans, sweaters, name it, all types of range of newborn clothes. I have baby receiving towels. This is a bath towel for a baby. Yeah. And all other items that receive a newborn. I do have a walk-in shop at Mlolongo, just before Mlolongo Cooperative Bank branch on Biashara Street. On the first plot, that is SK Plaza on ground floor. I'm on the second shop on the left. My contact is 0720 844 358. I do have a Facebook page, Prestine Baby and Kids Fashion. Yes, I do also have an Instagram page, Prestine Baby and Kids Fashion. I do have a TikTok account, Prestine Baby and Kids Fashion. You can contact me directly on my mobile phone, the one that I've given you, 0720 844 358, or walk into our shop. It's a walk-in shop, or visit our social media pages. Yeah.